What's up guys, Funnick here. Now, I actually saw this video quite a while ago, and I actually been wanting to make my own version of it. So, and since I'm pretty good at making Pokemon teams for Ash since I was really young, I thought, hey, why not do it for YouTube? Have you always wanted to see Ash actually capture a different Pokemon for a certain team? Well, I certainly have. So I thought I would get a bunch of Pokemon on together and actually recreate his team for all of his regional teams. But I'm not going to include Sword and Shield because it's only just come out and I haven't actually seen it. So that's not going to be included. So we're going to be doing from Kanto to Alola. Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below if you enjoyed this video. And if you have any suggestions for videos in the future, also let me know. And also, be sure to let me know down in the comment section below if you have any questions for my B-Day Q&A, because it's only 3 days away. So be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, we're going to be starting with Kanto. Now, the Pokemon Ash actually had in Kanto were Pikachu, Butterfree, Pidgeot, Charizard, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, what else? Snorlax, Lapras, Tauros, Muck, Kingler, and Primeape as well. I think that's it. I could be wrong, but that's all I remember. But I'm actually gonna, some of those Pokemon I'm actually going to keep on the team. And some of them are going to keep in the lab. Let's just say that he already released his Butterfree and Pidgeot, and they're never coming back. Okay, so the Pokemon that are in the lab are Tauros, Muck, and Kingler. But the ones that Ash has on his team is Pikachu, Charizard. So that's the same. But this is where we differ. We're going to be taking his Bulbasaur, but it's going to evolve into a Venusaur. Mainly because I feel like Ash had a Venusaur. Plus, I also feel like Venusaur would be really good on Ash's squad. Let's be honest, Venusaur is really good in Generation 1. Then we also have the Lapras, but I'm going to say that he caught it early. And I'm also going to have him catch his Snorlax early. But the final member of the team is actually something that he never actually caught, which I think he should have caught and would have definitely really helped him on the team. That being Rhydon. Because I definitely think Rhydon is such a great Pokemon to have in Generation 1. It kicks ass and takes names. Okay, now let's move along to Johto. Okay, so the Pokemon that are the same, there are a few Pokemon that are the same, but there aren't that many, because I feel like Johto definitely had a lot of room to improve. Let's see, at the lab, he has his Noctowl, his Donphan, and his Bayleaf. I remember his old team slightly. Let me remember it. I think he had Pikachu, obviously, but he also had Heracross, Bayleaf, Quilava, Totodile, Noctowl, and Donphan, I think. Yeah, so at his lab, we've got the Noctowl, the Donphan, and the Bayleaf. But on his team, we've got Pikachu, obviously. We've got Typhlosion, because I'm going to make sure that he fully evolves it before the Johto League. We also have the Heracross, because, well, Heracross is OP as hell. And it's also one Ash's go-to Pokemon as well. We've got Feraligatr. I'm going to have him evolve his Feraligatr, because I definitely think Feraligatr would have definitely helped him out in the in the long run. Totodile didn't really get many wins, and I thought it could have done better, and why not evolve it? Here are the two members that are going to change. We've got... Which one do I introduce first? Let's introduce that one. I'm going to have him capture... Yes, capture the Pokemon that he did hatch from an egg, but didn't catch. That being Larvitar, and eventually evolves into Tyranitar. But I'm going to have him, get the egg a lot earlier than in the story. And that way, he had more time to evolve into Pupitar and then Tyranitar. And I'm also going to have him have an Espeon, because I definitely think that this could help him out. Plus, Ash also likes to have Pokemon with decent speed and has a lot of power, and Espeon has both. Okay, Hoenn is next. In his Hoenn team, he had Pikachu, Sceptile, Swellow, Corphish, Glalie, and Torkoal as well. Like, Torkoal is so forgettable. Like, I'm keeping some of the members the same. Like, at the lab, he's got Swellow and Glalie. And on his team, we've got Pikachu, Sceptile. I'm going to have his Corphish evolve into Crawdaunt, because I don't think he's actually, had a Dark type that early in the game. So I thought, why not have a Dark type? Like, Dark types are pretty fun. Plus, Crawdaunt is OP as hell. So, why not give him a Crawdaunt? Okay, and this is where the team is going to differ slightly. I'm going to give him a Salamence on the team, because I definitely think that Salamence is such a great Pokemon. Plus, he needs an OP flying type, and Swellow's not going to cut it. We have Camerupt to replace Torkoal, because I definitely think he needed a more powerful fire type on the team. And since May had the Blaziken, I didn't want to give him another Blaziken, so I gave him Camerupt. And for his final member of the team, I gave him Matang, because I definitely think that he can make do with a very powerful Steel type. Yeah, up until that point, he didn't actually have a Steel type, so I just thought, why not give him a Steel type? Like, I think it'll be pretty fun, and plus, he can make do with its OP attack and pretty decent speed. Okay, now it's time to move along to my favourite team, Sinnoh. I gotta say, this is definitely one of his best teams, but there's still a lot of room to improve. Let's see what he caught. He got Pikachu, he got Infernape, Staraptor, Torterra, Buizel, Gliscor, and Gible. Now, I'm going to have his team change very, very slightly. I'm going to have him put his Staraptor in the lab. I'm also going to have him take his Rhydon out for a little while, evolve into Rhyperior, and then replace him with a few other members, because there were just too many ground types. Okay, we have, on his main team, we've got Pikachu, Infernape, which are two that stayed the same, but now this is where we differ. I'm going to have him as a Roserade, because I definitely think there's a much better grass type. Like, he needs a much better grass type. Torterra ain't going to cut it. We need Roserade. We have Garchomp. Wait, I'm going to have him, capture Gible earlier in the story, have him evolve into Gabite, and then into Garchomp. Then we have his Gliscor, and finally we have Floatzel, which evolved from his Buizel. Since it makes more sense, because when you trade a Pokemon to somebody else, you actually gain more experience points. So I think it makes more sense to him and to have his Buizel evolve into Floatzel. Okay, now to move on to Unova, my least favourite team. On his original team, we've got Pikachu, Unpheasant, Oshawott, Pignite, Snivy, Scraggy, what else? Leavanny, Palpitoad, Boldore, and Crocodile. 10 Pokemon, and he rotated them constantly. That really pissed me off. Okay, I'm going to have him evolved his Palpitoad to Seismitoad, his Boldore to Gigalith, his Oshawott to Dewott, and his Snivy to Servine, and have them all in the lab. Okay, now we're going to get into his main team, which is Pikachu, and I'm going to have him evolve his Pignite into Emboar, because it was pretty much the MVP, one of the MVPs of his team. So I think he needed more respect. Plus, the backstory for Pignite, it just got me right there. We got his new Pokemon, Caracosta. I just thought, I just feel like he needed a better water type. Samurott wasn't really going to cut it, so I just thought I'd give him a Caracosta, because I don't think he's ever had a really slow moving Pokemon other than Torterra. We've got Sigilif, because I definitely feel like he is like classy and original, and I don't think he's had too many psychic type Pokemon. So I thought I'd give him a Sigilif because it can cover flying and psychic, and quite frankly, it's a better flying type than Unpheasant. We've got Crocodile, obviously, because Crocodile was definitely one of the best Pokemon that he ever caught. Like, it's such a powerhouse. And for his final Pokemon, I decided to give him Ferrothorn because I feel like he needs more defensive Pokemon, and Ferrothorn is just as defensive as it gets. Okay, now we're going to move on to Carlos. Definitely one of his most random team, to say the least, because he had 3 flying types. Like, what the hell, Ash? Okay, on his original team, he had Pikachu, Greninja, Talonflame, Hawlucha, Noivern, and Goodra. Really a random-ass team, not gonna lie. I'm gonna have Noivern at the lab because, well, in my team, he's just not gonna cut it. Like, we've got Pikachu and Greninja and Talonflame on the team, but staying the same. There's only really one change. Like, I have Goodra and Hawlucha, but the only change I actually made to the list is that he actually captured the shiny Phantom that he saw in the woods and then evolved it into Trevenant. I definitely think that he needed that Trevenant because it is... I think it would have helped him out really well in the long run because he never caught a grass type, and I definitely think he should have. And Trevenant is probably one of the best grass types of that region. And finally, we move on to Alola. Okay, on his team, he had Pikachu, Torracat, Rowlet, Duskform Lycanroc, Naganadel, and Melmetal. Definitely a pretty decent team. Like, at least there aren't too many types that are the same, or maybe I don't think there is any type that are the same. Like, it's a pretty well mixed team, even though it's kind of lacking in power in parts. Actually, no, his Torracat did evolve into Incineroar at the end, but I completely forgot about that. Okay, so I'm having his Rowlet evolve into Dartrix and move on to the laboratory. And now we move on to the main team. Pikachu, Incineroar, but we haven't evolved way earlier than literally the final episode. We've got Golisopod, because I was thinking maybe he actually captured that Golisopod that he saved when he actually went into that deserted island that one time. We've got Melmetal, Naganadel, and Duskform Lycanroc, because I'm actually making him keep Poipole, and then eventually it evolved into Naganadel. And there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. And be sure to let me know down in the comment section below if you would change any of the teams, if you agree with any of the teams, and if you actually have any video suggestions in the future, let me know down in the comment section below. And also feel free to leave some comments for my B-Day Q&A, because as I said, 3 days time. So all you need to do is leave as many questions as you want, but only if you leave the hashtag B-Day Q&A. So get busy. If you enjoyed this video as much as I did, be sure to give it a massive thumbs up, comment down below, share the video with a friend, and if you're new, subscribe to my channel. It's been Inferno today. Okay, that's all from me, so until the next time, this is Infernape, signing off. Bye!